everybody. How's it going, guys? And welcome back to the Foundry Reviews. It is I, Sly, and today, John, Kylo, and Talis are going to be reviewing The Suicide Squad with me. How are you gentlemen doing today?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Pretty good. How are you?
Hello.
Hey, yeah, we got the boys here.
Yeah.
This movie. Oh man, I was heckin' I was heckin' impressed. Thanks for inviting me here to the show, Sly. You know, you little DC fandom boy. Yeah,
you know me.
yeah, we definitely needed our comic book guy to be leading us on this one. But before we go too far into it, I just want to know what's everyone's favorite member of the Suicide Squad. Me? Mine?
Let's score.
Mine? My favorite is got to be... It's probably Peacemaker. He's probably my favorite.
I'm going Ratcatcher.
Ratcatcher?
Ratcatcher 2. Ratcatcher 2.
I think I'm gonna have to join you with Peacemaker. I'm not gonna lie.
Woo!
It's really funny.
Because you love John
He's good.
Cena, right?
Yes, I do.
You can't see me. My time is now. Talis?
I like the blood squirt. His helmet looked cool.
His helmet was cool. It reminded me of Dredd. Did you see that movie?
I felt strictly Predator vibes, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Alien vibes. Alien, sorry.
And his voice, too. Oh, man, it was good. It was really
And
good.
his weapons. God damn.
God, yeah, like fucking, it was cool. He was a little futuristic boy. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was pretty neat. It was they got a lot of obscure like characters, and James Gunn, he just kind of went away with it. I personally, I've never heard of Peacemaker, Mongol, Polka Dot Man, The Thinker, Savant, Javelin, even Ratcatcher, Blackguard, TDK, Weasel. Like I haven't heard any of these characters before, so I'm glad that he went away like and he just ran with like all these characters and stuff. And I hope this will be contributing towards the DCEU, which is at this point feels very non-existent. I don't really know what they have going for them, but hey, if this is part of it, it's a new bar, a new high bar instead of a low.
Agreed.
Yeah. And in comparison to the 2016 or 2015 Suicide Squad, man, that movie fucking tragic, terrible.
This thing dwarfs it.
Yeah, it was not good. What do you guys think about in comparison to the other movie if you've seen it?
What was that guy's name? Damn it. The
Jared Leto?
yeah. No, not Jared Leto.
Diablo.
He was in both of the movies.
Oh, Rick Flag.
Oh, Rick Flag.
Rick Flag. There we go. I liked him much better on the new one.
Yeah, I mean, I liked him in both, honestly. I didn't mind him in both.
Yeah. I feel like his personality was more fleshed out in this movie, but I liked him in both. Yeah.
For sure. What about you, Kyler?
That was Captain Boomerang, right?
Yeah, Captain Boomerang. Shut up.
He was in both, yes.
He was in both.
I mean, I thought it was kind of lame that he died in the second, like really fast.
That mean, God damn it, dude! We didn't want to do any spoilers.
Yeah, we were gonna leave the spoilery stuff for the end of it, but yeah.
I'm gonna have to cut that out now. I'll put a bleep over it.
Well, so we'll say that he was underutilized in this film. That's a complaint of yours, correct, Kylo?
Yeah.
That's one of my biggest complaints is that a lot of the characters were
Wasted.
Underutilized. I mean, like they probably weren't going to contribute a lot to the story, but I was going into it with my own expectations, and in the end, I hurt myself. I hurt myself there, which kind of sucked.
That.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to I really enjoy Sean Gunn and like James Gunn, which Sean Gunn actually he did the mocap for Weasel and stuff. Like
Yep.
I like his style of movies. He reuses a lot of the same actors like Nathan Fillion, even his brother. Who else am I thinking of? Even like
Sylvester Stallone.
I was about to say that. Yeah, Sylvester as well.
Michael
Michael
Clementi,
Rooker.
the woman who plays Mantis, was
Yeah.
in this film.
And Michael Rooker, like I enjoy how he repeats those. He likes to use the same actors. Almost gives me like a Tarantino vibe. But he was originally started out like as a horror director, and he actually did some video game stuff. He did that one. He wrote Chainsaw Lollipop. He wrote that, and he also directed Slither, which is like a horror movie with Michael Rooker and Nathan Fillion. It's really weird, but it's like a goofy horror movie. And this movie was really funny too. Like it went pretty hard with the comedy, I felt like, but I was able to take a lot of stuff like really serious too, which I appreciated because it was a nice mix. Because for some reason Marvel, they really like to force their humor into their movies, and DC feels like they have to follow suit. Yeah.
True.
Well,
True.
I thought the new movie was more memorable than the old Suicide Squad.
For sure.
Off the top of my head, I only know about the Jared Leto scenes. That's really much it that I remember.
Yeah, Jared Leto was a wonderful cringe disaster. Maybe it'd be a little bit more memorable if they didn't cut out most of his fucking scenes, which he was very mad about, which I kind of felt bad for him.
Yeah, you robbed the guy who's like a method actor, and he put his literal like personality into that, and then after they're like, yeah, so we kind of retconned all of the stuff you did.
Yeah, like when he was very passionate about it. Obviously it wasn't very good, but like still it sucks to see when someone's so passionate about something they've done and then they just kind of like put your flame out. That sucks as a like someone who I'm sure he considers himself as an artist, to see that stuff not make it to the big screen, because you can tell he wanted to do that character justice and he wanted to go really hard in method acting, and that was not the movie to do it. Even like Will Smith's character in the OG Suicide Squad, I did not like him at all.
Likewise, I know that a lot of people have been comparing Will Smith's character to Idris Elba's character, and I feel like it's not really up for comparison.
Yeah. Just because they're two black protagonists does not mean like they're supposed to be yeah. Which I would hope no one would actually compare the two of them, but I mean, like as leads, like Idris Elba, like he's fucking wonderful in this.
Yes, and for me, my big complaint with Will Smith is, he's kind of like The Rock in the sense that he always has the same personality for every
plays
role.
Himself every role.
Exactly. Yeah, he's become typecast as just Will Smith, and with Idris Elba's character, I legit had some different thoughts on him. They're both like hitmen. They both use weapons. Mostly guns. But like,
do you feel
he was
like
a lot more fleshed out?
I was gonna say, do you feel like they kind of tried to get a character that resembled like the same kind of thing that same, not the same character, but like somewhat resembled the same powers in a sense?
I think so.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Not as if they're trying to trick audiences, I guess, but maybe like I don't know. It was weird.
Like, hey, you're familiar with this. We're gonna kind of hand you something similar, but
yeah, so it's not a big change for you. Because would we call this a soft reboot?
Yes, I know that they don't want to call it a sequel, but they're also saying that this movie doesn't undo the first movie. I think what James Gunn strove to do was make a film that DC could say, if we want to make the first film, keep it canon, we can. If we want to just say the first film was a piece of trash, this is the new canon, we can. And he did a really good job at that. He incorporated some characters from the first one and threw them into this one. Sure, they might not have had as much screen time, but he did leave a door open for them.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. I really enjoyed the movie for the most part. I did. There were some points where I was just kind of like, well, that's kind of dumb. But for the most part, I really enjoyed it. I kind of, like I said, I hurt myself by saying like some of the characters got really underutilized. I was very excited for a lot of the characters and a lot of prior attachments to those characters because I really enjoyed the actor and their work, which has actually happened to me with Quentin Tarantino films as well, because I wanted more out of them just because I adore them like in their actual personalities and their roles. But the main boss, I guess, like at the end of the movie, I was kind of, I don't know, I was really underwhelmed by the end of the film, by everything with that, but we'll go into that a little bit later. We're not going to go into any major spoilers. Was that a burp city?
No.
No one burp there?
No.
No?
I didn't burp.
Okay.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I thought I heard a burp there. Anyways, yeah, this the action. Fuck you. The action was great. I enjoyed the action. The action was like fantastic. I thought it was pretty cool. Harley Quinn got on my nerves, but not nearly as much as the first movie. But I actually, every scene she was in, I was like, could have been better without her.
Huh.
Yeah, I was like, it could have been better without her. I didn't enjoy it, but that was like a personal touch thing. I mean, like maybe I just don't enjoy the character Harley Quinn as much as I originally thought. But I was just like,
are there any characters you expected to be good and then they let you down horribly?
Yeah,
I
but,
guess, yeah, like I said, the ones that were like underutilized.
Okay.
yeah,
Aside from those, so like let's say the ones that had significant screen time.
No,
Is there
I would say
anyone
no.
that? Huh?
Besides
Really?
Harley Quinn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talis.
Oh, the Thinker.
Ah, yeah. Oh, actually, that I'm gonna have to get into that later. Some more details about him. They didn't use the main character who is typically the thinker in the comics. They made some new guy.
Yeah. Do you
Oh,
want to
shit,
talk about
what?
that right now? How though?
I guess I can. Yeah. They created some like Scottish dude named Gaius Greaves to play the thinker. And they didn't really expand on his backstory or why he has all of the rods in his head.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't really highlight his, I guess you could say, metahuman ability. I don't
Yeah.
want to call him a metahuman, but he is an enhanced individual in a sense.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
Um,
like he has these giant rods out of his head. I mean, like obviously
exactly.
that's a conversation starter, and they chose to
True.
ignore it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Typically, the thinker, he's a history professor usually, and I can't remember what his actual name is. Clifford DeVoe. Yeah, Clifford DeVoe. He's usually a history professor who teaches like American studies, and he's obsessed with expanding his brain power and thinking capabilities, and he does that at the behest of his physical uh, body. As he becomes more intelligent, he kind of gets confined to like a wheelchair. He gets more frail.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, it didn't really seem like he had any ailments. He just had a bunch of porcupine head.
Yeah. I was really curious about his character. I like a lot of them. I felt like they're underutilized. They barely went into that. They did a lot with Bloodsport, of course, with Ratcatcher. There was actually a really like heartwarming thing between the two of them, which I thought like at first when I was like kind of breaking down, I was like, this is fucking forced, but it actually was very natural and did not feel that artificial as I thought it was gonna be. The stuff with Bloodsport's daughter was not my favorite at all.
No.
Yeah, I thought it could have been a little bit better. Man, they needed to chill on Bloodsport's accent though. It was horrendous in this movie. Like I would say that like this should like I wish this movie had subtitles for him specifically because I usually like closed captions for my movies, but I could not understand a lot of the stuff he was saying.
You don't like my accent?
Yeah.
I did like the way he sounded when he had the mask on.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of which, I love the way
yeah,
he
dude.
takes the mask off. Holy shit, it looks so cool. It's like he peels it back.
Most definitely. I can't wait for to see some cosplay.
Oh yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kyler, did you like Bloodsport at all, or you think he was could have done without him?
No, I think he was really cool, especially the fact he was able to pull anything off his body and use it as like a weapon.
I know, like he'd have the
Off
tiniest
blade or
like
something, yeah.
like square plate on his arm that would turn into a like fully automatic assault rifle or something.
It was a nice touch. Yeah, all the nanotechnology.
Yeah, it was pretty sick there. So
I'm glad that I'm glad that he's actually getting more well known.
Idris Elba or the character.
Yeah, the character as well as the other ones now. This movie
He is definitely an underrated character in the comics. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so because I didn't even know about him, and I kind of think I know some stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shall we venture into the
I was about to
more detailed content now?
But before we do that, should we give like a quick rating? I would say like do we recommend this movie for people who don't want to venture into the spoiler content?
That's a good idea.
Yeah. I would say you should definitely check this movie out. I would say so. If you like the action, if you kind of like superhero movies, I feel like this one's very grounded, but at the same time, like it has its liberties, of course, and it's a big addition to the DCEU, and you get to see like a lot of characters like that you would never kind of experience through comics and whatnot or through other mainstream films. I feel like if it weren't for this.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that. Yeah.
I give it a 8.5 rats out of 10.
I gave 9 actually.
I'm giving it a 9 as well.
9.
I'll give it an 11.
I watched this movie as a first
Shut up.
date, and then the second time I watched it with my mom, and I never would have thought that she would enjoy this film, and she loved it.
Yeah,
That's funny. I did the same shit. Well, with my mom.
Okay. Well, so I
Kylo,
guess we'll
what
go
are
into
your thoughts on
spoil.
it?
Oh,
Rating wise, I didn't hear you.
Oh, I most definitely give it an 11.5.
11 and a half. That's a really high rating. Why such a high rating?
Very strong.
I think it's cool because they're gonna like expand it more and like give everyone like different movies and shows and whatnot. And I'm excited to see what those turn into.
Speaking of Kyler, do you wanna talk about for a second what they're where they're going into? One of the new shows.
The Peacemaker one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Gonna be
excited to do with that. It's gonna be on HBO, right?
Yes,
Mhm.
sir. And they've
In
pretty
January.
much already like showed off Vigilante as well for it.
I am excited for that.
Yeah.
Vigilante is a cool freaking character.
Mm-hmm. Which is pretty cool, dude. I'm excited about it. This was already like started to turn out. Like, do you think they had Peacemaker planned, or you think like, oh, based off the success of the film, like they are like, let's do a show on him?
They had it planned.
Probably. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
I
I'm sure they were sitting on. They knew they were sitting on gold after they made that movie.
My guess is as soon as James Gunn got John Cena in that costume, he's like, yeah, no, this is gonna work.
Do we know if James Gunn has any creative control over Peacemaker, the show?
Yeah, he did the whole show. It's already filmed. It's done.
Oh, well, lovely. Because
Yeah.
I was looking at the Twitter account and stuff for like Peacemaker. I follow it, and it's like pretty much like an RP thing. Like it's pretty cool. I do like the Peacemaker Twitter.
Mm.
But yeah, I guess we can go into spoiler territory. 3, 2, 1. All right, everyone, spoil. Why the fuck did they all have to fucking die so early, dude? It made me
Dude,
so sad.
It was so expendable. It's like shit hit the fan so quick.
I know. I mean, like, you had to kill Captain Boomerang, and, like, I like Captain Boomerang. He was all right. Javelin could fuck right off. He was annoying as shit.
All American women love Axe.
Hey, TDK, though, he's still alive. He's confirmed.
Yes, he's still alive.
Yeah, he is.
I'm not gonna lie.
in
That's
critical
hilarious.
condition.
When he's just like shot the fuck up in the arms.
He's still
He's
alive.
screaming on the ground.
As he was just slapping all the people in the face with his ability.
Then like it's funny because it pans to him and he looks like he thinks
He's
he's
in,
doing
like,
a good
intense
job.
shit, you know?
Yeah.
He's a badass.
I'm a badass.
I wonder what he went to jail for, like giving someone a handy from across the room. Like he jerked off the wrong person. Oh Jesus!
But even hey, Weasel made it out too, guys. We can actually have a Suicide Squad 2.0 still under Waller shit, you know?
Yeah, Weasel was definitely hilarious for me. I loved the beginning, his introduction.
It was pretty good. I watching that movie, I almost forgot that there was like we didn't see Bloodsport or King Shark or like anybody like after that intro. Like even like seeing Savant die, like that made me really sad. As you know, Mongol, I wasn't super big on her, but like I would love to see these characters more. But like there's so much screen time, and you need to develop characters and stuff, and people need to connect with the characters too.
With Savant. I don't know if you picked up on it. Right at the very beginning of the film, when he's in his little cubicle prison.
Mm-hmm.
They show a yellow bird.
Yes.
A
About
canary.
the canary thing, right?
Yeah. I never watched Birds of Prey, but I know that Journey Smollett plays the Black Canary, and they set her up as a hero in the DCEU.
Pretty
and
much.
judging from that Easter egg, apparently she's the one that put him in that prison.
Oh, well, that's kind of a cool follow-up if you are into bad DCE movies, which we honestly should be. Yeah.
I don't know. I felt bad for Savant.
Yeah, me
I think
too.
he
Like,
was
yeah,
seeing all the
him
people
try to like
die.
run away. Sorry, I'm completely cutting you off. I'm trying to talk.
We have so much to say.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's so many people. Like I still want to do a video where we dive into like these characters' origins and stuff like that eventually here on the channel. I would like to do that. Ratcatcher
down.
2 was one of my favorites. I was completely surprised by that, and I had lower expectations for her, but I was completely in love with that character.
I think she had the most emotional scene in the flashback at the very end of the film. Yeah, I think it was a little corny what she said, how she ended things, but the little flashback with Taika Waititi, strongest line in the entire film. I genuinely teared up a little bit because I was like, God
Yeah,
damn, dude.
almost
like,
tears
That's
there.
a powerful message, yeah.
Yep. It was good. Blackguard sucked. He was not a
Hated
very
him.
good guy. Yeah, I wanted to see. I like Pete Davidson. I think he's funny. I think he's goofy looking. I would like to see more of him.
I got the comic accuracy. He's known to be like shoot himself in the own foot in the comics. He's always tripping over himself. He's very incompetent.
Man, it's a damn shame we won't be able to see any more competence in the DCEU because he got his
I know, right?
fucking that beginning scene was some fucking serious gore in that. I loved it so much. It was fucking yummy, dude.
Bro, as soon as like I don't know where shit went wrong. I don't think it was Blackguard's death. I think it was the moment Mongol jumped on the fucking helicopter.
When
man.
you're like, oh, okay, they're just literally gonna kill themselves. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, I blame her for half of the squad's death.
Yeah, for real. She definitely led to Captain Boomerang dying, which sucked. I was just like, ah, man, like, damn, I like Captain Boomerang. Even though
Yeah.
like that first movie, like I hate that first movie, but I liked him a lot, you know? Cracking open a cold one at random times and he had little unicorn. Yeah.
Mhm.
I liked him a lot. Polka Dot Man, holy shit, that was cool as fuck. That part was cool.
He's another underrated character from the film.
Yeah.
I loved him because they turned this shitty dude who's like, I wear polka dots, to like, oh shit, he has like some afflicting disease and he's kind of a sociopath.
Yeah, when Sean Gunn was like, didn't someone say that was
Calendar
Calendar
Man,
Man?
yeah.
Calendar Man in the prison was played by Sean Gunn. He
Funny.
called him a pussy.
Yeah. Why don't you go to the freaking birthday parties, you pussy? Yeah.
I was kind of curious of like would they would talk about the diseases a little bit more, like where it happened, what happened to him, like if nothing, I don't know, like or how his suit worked or harvested the polka dots and used them as
I
weapons.
wanted to know what happened to his mother.
I did not think that shit was funny. Whenever
Yeah.
I didn't laugh at. I didn't think it was very funny. Like one kind of thing was like a good throwback, like they did, but they kept doing it.
For me, it wasn't so much a humor as like a, oh shit, I understand why he's so suicidal now. Because
Yeah.
like everywhere he looks, he's haunted by her. And that's why I was thinking he wasn't the one who killed her if she is dead. That's why he can't rest.
Yeah.
But you're right. It was used as a comedic thing. And I think the only time I actually enjoyed it was when he said, I turned him into my mom and killed him in my head. I think that or when like the whole squad is her are the only two times I'm like, okay, that's okay.
Yeah. Even what'd you guys think about the giant starfish enemy?
Starro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up what they did to him. But what do you say? What do you think? It's the U.S. Of
Yeah.
course, they're gonna be doing shit.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think best DC villain that's like a big DC villain, not like a single superhero villain. Like I think this is the best one yet that we've gotten. Better than Steppenwolf, better than Snyder Cut.
Oh god,
Good.
there's not that many to choose from, actually, is there?
That's the sad thing. Yeah, you've got, Black Manta.
What
You've got King Orm.
Joker.
You've got, Joker.
You've got Black
I can't
Sludge
even
from
call him.
Suicide Squad.
Oh right, yeah. Enchantress, who's fucking dead.
Did she die? I don't
As
remember that.
fuck.
Technically, yeah. The doctor survived, the archaeologist, but
Oh yeah.
Te-
Okay.
yeah.
Good point.
and then what's his name from Shazam? Crap.
Country road.
Oh god damn it.
Man, how the hell?
I mean, it's Shazam.
Yeah, Doctor something. Yeah.
Doctor Something, my favorite.
Businessman.
Yeah, he business guy. I thought he was kind of cool, but then it was like I was really sad that he killed the Thinker like so fast and so easily. I was like, man,
Yeah.
just because that meant that I wasn't gonna get more of him, and I don't know. I just thought it was kind of like it felt like it was too lean too heavily in the comedic thing with it. I couldn't take it
Yeah.
very seriously.
They had every opportunity to give us more backstory on the Thinker. They just chose not to.
Yeah, I just could not take the Starro like very seriously, which I mean like they had all the people like all the experiments that was like a big fucking like oh shit moment,
Yeah.
and like they could have went super dark and saying like showed you how disgusting it was and how gross the Thinker was and how much he deserved his death and stuff like that, but they kind of chose not to. But I just felt like the Starro wasn't as the build up with Starro was a little lackluster, kind of disappointing for me.
I did feel a little bad for Starro at the end where he says, I was just happy floating in space.
Yeah, that was
Oh, yeah.
very sad.
Yeah.
But I like the giant parasite. It had a cool power of how like they would latch onto people's faces and stuff like that. But the host would eventually, I guess, die. Which
Yeah,
was really fucking funny to me at some point in the movie at the end where like Bloodsport's just shooting these things in the fucking face. But like he doesn't know that they're technically still human. They're just hosts. So he's just blasting normal people in the fucking head.
Innocence.
He's just killing people. They didn't really
And he's mine.
like, it was funny. Yeah. Yeah, I was really sad to see Polka Dot Man die too.
Well, he died a hero.
That's
I
right.
agree.
Yeah, he did die a hero.
That really
That's
hurt.
true.
Oh, biggest betrayal of the film, King Shark.
Yeah.
I was so freaking scared when those little.
I know those little biters are on him. I was like, oh no.
God. I was gonna riot, man. I was seriously concerned. I thought he was gonna die. I really appreciated the details how like Bloodsport and Harley Quinn are trying to peel them off of him.
Yeah, when they were like when the water's falling and shit.
Yeah. God, it was like a serious life lesson for him because like at the beginning of the film, he's like, would you eat your friends? And he's like, no. And then he thinks he made friends with these dudes, and the first chance they get, they're like, yo, we're gonna snack on this big boy.
I honestly, for a minute, I was like, I saw the water. I'm like, oh shit, is Killer Croc gonna be in here? Like, do they have another experiment going? Like
that would have been cool.
Yeah, they're just like on the other side of the glass. It was like, wait a minute, this is weird. Yeah, a lot of the scenes with Harley Quinn, I thought it was kind of cringy. I wasn't super big into. Like, she tried to be fun. Like, what at the very beginning when it's raining, she's like, it's like God like splooging on your face, and I'm like,
yeah,
like it's not funny to me, but hey, that fits the movie's theme of being goofy, and she's a very goofy character and vile and gross and stuff.
I think her best scenes are the scenes where she's not speaking, but she's doing things.
Like action-oriented scenes, I guess. Yeah.
Like when she's being tortured, top tier. And then like her whole escape, totally appreciate it.
For sure.
It's kind of batshit nutty. Love that. But
I like when she was like, do you want me to go back inside so you can rescue me? Like that was kind of good.
Yeah. I like that. My favorite scene was when after she sleeps with that guy and she's talking about, red flags.
Mm-hmm.
I did appreciate that scene because I was like, oh, you know what? She's got some trauma. And she's like, yeah, you killing kids, that's kind of a turnoff. And I was like, well, she's not wrong.
That's kind of a turnoff.
I would do the right thing. I would murder him.
Yeah, I like how he's just crawling away, like just leaking to death on the floor, and she's monologuing. Like that was pretty fucking funny.
And she's disappointed at the end. She's like, hello.
She's like,
hello. Same thing with Javelin. Hold it for what?
Yeah, that was like, oh, dude, come on. I'm like,
yeah, that one was a little.
They're like, oh, this character that's had one line's dying and it did absolutely nothing, and they're like, I was just like, oh, dude, it's not that funny. But I felt like there were more misses for me than some hits, and that's where I was like, ugh, it kind of got out of my skin a little bit. But for the most part, man, I really liked that movie. I really liked all the characters. I was afraid. I don't know. It felt really cool to see 3 beefed up, jacked, badass dudes just fucking shooting people and stuff like that. Like fucking Bloodsport, Peacemaker, and Rick Flag. Yeah, I love that. I was like, this is cool, dude. These guys are badass. Like, it was just cool.
Right.
Reminded me of like Predator, like a modern day Predator, almost in the jungle and shit.
Just from Are you talking about when they're rescuing Flag?
So called.
That's one thing I was talking about where I really enjoyed that, but
I love that.
But mainly like when they were like they're in the APC and shit, like in the backseat, like handcuffed and stuff.
And the death touch that he talks about. Yeah,
yeah, that shit was cool. But my favorite scene of the entire film is the kill off between Peacemaker and Bloodsport when we're in the jungle and the village. Yeah, that's my favorite scene.
Kylo, what are your thoughts on that?
I thought it was hilarious, especially in the beginning of the movie whenever Peacemaker's like, I use smaller bullets.
Yeah.
That's an ironic thing that comes back to bite him in the ass towards the end.
Yep.
Yeah,
the attention to detail in that scene, impeccable.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It definitely was setting something up for, which is I loved.
Yep.
Uh,
Uh,
Kyler, favorite scene of the entire film?
Um, so it'd probably be Weasel at the very end, just because like it's so fucked up. Hang on, just hear me out.
Okay.
So like this island just went through all this bullshit. And this weasel thing that killed like what 27 children.
Oh God, you're right. Just unleash. It's like a new chupacabra. They got a new cryptid.
Yep.
One natural
As far
disaster
as-
to the next.
As far as Waller's concerned, she thinks he's dead, probably.
Yeah.
So they're
I
not
mean,
going to be monitoring
It's not
him.
that, like he's just let loose, like he's free, like as far as I know. So this thing's just let loose, going to do whatever the fuck he wants on this island. I think it's a sequel, but I
I
don't know.
want him to be a recurring like side character in a bunch of other projects for DC. I want them to like highlight, yeah, like, hey, we're noticing a strange abundance of murders with children in Corto Maltese, and they're like, oh, yeah, it's probably just a serial killer. Yeah.
And then
Maybe
imagine
it's
just
nothing.
like going out one night and you just see this thing rifling through your trash, and you're just like, what the
Shine a light. It's got your kid in its fucking mouth. Hey, put that down.
Down.
That's a new cursed podcast right there.
The fucking goddamn goblin. Talis, what about you? Favorite scene?
When they smacked Amanda Waller.
Oh yeah, back of the head. They
Finally.
fucking
that was
cracked her.
funny.
Finally, goddamn, dude.
Yeah, she
Caught
gets
me off
annoying,
guard.
dude.
Yeah, it did
I
too. It was
did not expect that shit.
Yeah, she got a little annoying, but that kind of sets up for the Peacemaker show, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Speaking of Peacemaker, I think we should talk about the two big events with Peacemaker.
Oh man, you're right.
Totally.
He killed Rick Flag. God damn it.
That was the most painful thing for me, I think. Top number one.
Yeah, I did
Especially
not-
what he mutters to him as he dies.
Yeah, what a joke or something.
Yeah, Peacemaker. What a joke.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, that sucked seeing him die.
Oh.
Who made it out? Right, Ratcatcher 2, King Shark,
Just four of them.
Bloodsport, and who else?
Harley Quinn.
Oh yeah, I forgot about her.
As far as like the team that was thought to have been alive survived.
much, yeah.
But as far as like survivors of the film,
Yeah, and
it's those
Ratcatcher
four
and TDK.
and then three others. Yeah, TDK, Peacemaker, and then Weasel, of course.
yeah,
the real hero, Weasel.
of all.
He will end it all. But speaking of that smaller bullets thing, I'm not sure if you guys noticed the details when that showdown happens. Which, by the way, I love how nonverbal it was, and Idris Elba's like fatherly instinct. He didn't even hesitate to just pull out his
Markham.
gun.
Yeah, he knew something was
Yes.
up.
Exactly. And if you pay close attention, there's two things really cool about the scene. When Peacemaker fires his gun, the smoke that comes out of the barrel is in the shape of a bird, like the one on his chest. That's the first thing.
Okay.
And the second thing is Bloodsport's bullet. Not only does it, penetrate, Peacemaker's hollow point, it actually like tears the barrel of his gun apart. And I think that's what gets in his throat, the shrapnel from his own gun.
Oh, so he wasn't actually shot in the throat then?
Yeah, because like you see the barrel, like it's very quick, but you can watch like all the metal just go flying up as it's getting like pulled apart.
Huh.
So his gun is trash.
That's a brutal fucking way to go out,
I know, right?
apparently. But Sly, what's your favorite scene?
Favorite scene.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Wait, what was yours, Talis?
When Amanda Waller gets
Oh, get smacked. Yeah.
Cracked upside of the head with what a pole or something?
Looked like a
Uh,
cane.
pipe. Oh, it was the golf club.
Oh yeah, which was weird.
Yeah.
I didn't like how they like kind of had different like changes. Like they just like had a random. She's like, oh, she's playing golf in this office. I'm like,
Yeah, she had to.
What?
Yeah, for Senator Cray or something like that. She's like, yeah, I have to practice my short game before I go and talk to this guy. At the
I feel like
Pentagon
that
or
was
some crap.
very unlike her character to be like, I'm gonna be practice my golf. Like what? That's weird.
She doesn't seem like the kind to satisfy people. Yeah, she's just very much like, I tell people what to do. I don't really give a shit what anyone thinks.
Yeah,
it
I
seemed
thought
out
that
of
was
character.
weird. Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Um,
Sorry, but what was your favorite?
My favorite scene. Oh boy. I have to go with probably the kill off between Peacemaker and Bloodsport.
Yeah, dude, that shit's
My
fire.
my favorite kill out of that whole scene is definitely
The
the guy
axe?
who gets killed. No,
Oh.
no, I give the best kill to Bloodsport actually, and it's the bathtub kill.
Yeah, that shit's fucking
Because as he shoots the leg on the table with the freaking fan, you
Mhm.
can hear the guy say "mierda." He like recognizes he's so screwed, and he just gets electrocuted to death, like butt naked. Oh man,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's I love the one of the dude sleeping or he was like receiving medical attention on like the stretcher
Oh,
and he
God,
just
where-
pulls out the axe and he
They
goes
just,
clank
like,
clank clank
hack
clank.
him, like 14 times.
Yeah, he just like he lightly the most casual way just stabs like just fucking butchers this man. It was class. I like this
So
movie a lot. Like it was so brutal. I love it. That's why I think I got an extra point for me because how brutal it is.
Yes, it does not shy away from gore, and it does it well.
Yeah, it does very well. Some movies need to see that you need to embrace the rated R. God damn it.
Damn right.
Yeah. But we got anything else on this movie? I'm sure we're missing some stuff, but it's a big movie to cover, honestly. Like there's so
Yeah.
many Easter eggs and so many characters.
I'm pretty sad that it didn't do as well as other movies.
Me
So,
too.
Oh, in the box office? Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
a big shame. But
Two big problems with it. Having it come out in theaters at this time, that was just bad, a misfortunate thing.
Mhm.
And then the other was it was free on HBO Max. So for
Yeah.
anyone who has that, you're not charging them even like $10, nothing. So
hopefully it'll be remembered well, like critically. I hope.
I hope so. The other movies were lackluster.
Yeah,
So
this
I'm sure everybody will remember this movie.
yeah, this is like probably one of my favorite movies that like DC has done in quite some time.
agreed.
Yeah.
I think this is the best one in the DCEU thus far.
I agree. I concur with that, boy. So I guess that's it. But guys, if you're watching, let us know your favorite who your favorite member was of the Suicide Squad. That we were dying to know what you guys' thoughts on it. If we want to argue or to kind of dispute, discuss anything, please down below this in the comments, guys. But we'll see you later on the next review. But thanks everybody. See you.
Bye.
Bye.